All right, so this is going to be a new series where I go over a truck on Sunday night just to show you guys what I'm running and what I'm using it for and the particular parts that are on it. So this truck right here is a Black Sheep Line Killa, and it is 13, actually it's 12.8 wheelbase. It is a straight axle truck. It has this scalar body on it, scalar fab. I believe they're out of Spain. Gabe at G Speed carries these. It's kind of like a Jeep Scrambler body. It's done in a red, and then it actually fades back to gold. It's a little hard to see in the light in here. I've got the headlights yellowed out. And I did, the whole body was actually pretty simple to paint because what I did is I just sprayed the front and then let just the overspray go. And then I did the rest of it in gold. So I just basically misted it and along this way and then filled in the rest of it in gold and then backed it in red. So the gold has kind of an orangey hue to it, kind of a metallic. And then this truck has J Concept Bossmans on it with the ALT foams. It's got locked up RC rims or wheels, sorry, with the rings, the beadlock rings to match, and then also it has their spiked lug nuts on it and their scale bolts, as you can see. Then this truck also has JJ's 3D design body mounts, front and rear unicorn. These are raised. I asked him to raise them up, and I think he did it like a half an inch or even an inch, so that way it would fit the body because the body is very tall, and I didn't want to cut it down because I didn't want to lose the look of the Jeep. This truck right here is running JJ's 3D design titanium sliders. As you can see, I've cut them back here. There's another set on a different truck that's basically the same measurement because it's the same chassis, and they're a little longer back here, but with this body being shorter in this section to the wheel well, I cut it off right here. And then this is something that I had him do for me, which was I had him kick up the front of my slider, because this being titanium, it doesn't knurl and it doesn't really let go. So if you catch it on a rock's edge, what I found is that it will get stuck. So what I did is I actually had him create me a little skid just by flipping this up slightly. And then up here in the front, you can see that this right here is also a titanium front bumper that JJ made for me. And you can see that it's got a fairlead in it. And then it is just straight titanium plate. It's cut, folded, and then has tabs on the side of it. It actually has a little bit of front and back to slide, which is good because, you know, you can get it out in front of your body. And then here we've got the servo, which is an NSD 700, and then an NSD 400 servo winch, and then the bottom is a low profile 700. The axles are SEX 10 Pro. It's got the stock center, and it has axial brass outers, and then it's got brass front and rear. I'm running back here. You can see the Goon Squad diff skid that is now available for the SEX 10 Pro, and it has integrated. It goes up to the very top of the axle there. I don't know how well you can see that, to give you that extra support. And then it's nice because with a straight axle truck, a lot of the time this rear diff will be a catch point, and you'll catch it and then you won't be able to get over things. This is nice because it gives you a really nice slide angle, and so things just slide right up and over it. I have it on a bunch of other trucks. They're very good product, and Matt over there is a really, really good 3D printer. He is able to break down shapes and sizes and get things to fit correctly. He's very meticulous. So that's Matt at Goon Squad. And then back to the top, like I said before, it's a Black Sheep Line Killa chassis. It's got pretty good geometry. I like it a lot. It works good. I have two other these same chassis that I'm comping with currently. Let's see. So the motor is a Yellow Jacket, and it is a 1600. I run this whole rig on 4S, so everything's 4S compatible. I have a Silent Assassin, 70 amp, ESC with a built-in 10 amp 5 amp BEC. I'm running a Nod 2 straight axle transmission. Cheap Amazon cut to length drive lines, just save a buck there. And then we have Hardcore RC links. The overall length on this truck is 12.8. I'm running red deluxe 92 mil shocks. The backs are full length, and then they have low C mini T springs and the heaviest one because I like it when my truck doesn't unload on the back and then throw my front end up, so I run it a little heavier in the back. The front, on the other hand, is actually shorter. It's got the Traxxas caps on it, and then that drops it down roughly about 10 mil, so it's almost as low as their offset cap that they have, but you don't get all that rolling, and it gives it a straight line for the shock from the bottom to the top, so you don't have that odd little standout that kind of lets your shocks move all over the place, which I like. And then, is there anything else particular about this truck? Like I said, it's got the hardcore links, which you can get on his website, hardcorerc.com, lockeduprc.com, J Concepts, which you should be familiar with if you're crawling. This right here, rear bumper, is actually from Bent Metal Customs, which is Gabe from G Speed's father. You can find him on Facebook, JJ's 3D Design. You can find him on Facebook at JJ's 3D Design. You have the rear diff skid, like I said, which is from Goon Squad, which you can find at Goon Squad on Facebook. He's working on a website. The inserts are ALTs, which you can also get on Hardcore. I really recommend those. They really do hold really well. And then on top of all of that, they do not bounce back, which is something that I've found with some of the other inserts, is that you'll get a little bit of a load up and they pop off and you'll lose your grip on things. These right here, they just seem to grab and hold. They work excellent. NSDRC, you can get him at nsdrc.com, and you can find him on Facebook at NSDRC Scalar Parts. And then Yellow Jacket, which is from Three Brothers, and Silent Assassin, which you can get at silentassassin.com, or you can get him directly through Josh Newman on Facebook, and you can find him on Facebook as Josh Newman, and also Zero Gravity RC sells them. Either one of those will direct you to the right person, or you can go directly to the website. We are now running an AM32 ESC. This right here is an Escape 32, and I'm not sure if we're going to continue to carry these or if they're going to go away, but currently we're moving to the Escape 32, or sorry, to the AM32, and phasing out the Escape 32 if I'm not mistaken. The winch line is actually interesting because it's actually scale rope. It's a 100-pound test scale rope. You can get it on Amazon. They come in big rolls. You can get it in multiple colors. I have it in blue and yellow, and I think I want to order some red. But it's nice. I like the color being bright like that because it allows you to see it. So if you whip it off and don't get it wound up in your axle or something while you're driving. A couple other things that were on here. So I have this mount here. This is actually printed by Mike Chu. So it's nice because it brings it all down pretty low. It keeps the servo, as you can see, it's just about the length, the height of the motor and the transmission. And then when it's all compressed, I mean, it doesn't rub, doesn't hit on the drive lines. I get full compression and I have no touching anywhere. And I think that's pretty much it. I am running Fly Sky. I have a Noble that I run everything off of. You can see that I mount my, this is pretty much the way I do all of my ESCs, is I just go right here because the Silent Assassin really doesn't weigh very much. I just take a small piece of aluminum, cut it, drill two holes, one here, one there, one here, one there, and then run a zip tie through it, and then just lightly tie it down, and then you can zip tie your wires to the top of it, and it gives you the ability to arch over. And then I just reach my battery back across like that, so the battery itself kind of keeps this pulled tight, so you don't have to worry about anything getting in front of the motor. My wires here, I do have zip tied. I drilled holes through the mount so that way I can zip tie them up to keep them away from the motor and the drive lines. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it.